All right, guys, it's JoJo on the radio. Holy crap, I love this girl. I haven't seen her in a couple of, I don't know, a year. When's the last time I saw you, Tove Lo?
If I was good at keeping track of time, I would tell you.
You
but
have no idea what you're on.
It was too long.
She has. We're talking off the air. Like, guess what you have? I'm excited about your schedule and this thing you're releasing and all. She's like, you have no idea what your schedule is. You recorded an album and you're going to be a tour at some point. Yeah. Aside from that, you're like, I don't know.
Well, I know I recorded an album. I know I made a short film, and I know that. I know the art. The rest of my day-to-day thing, no.
You focus on what you're good at. You let whoever else is good at the other side. Yeah,
I finally let go of control, and now I'm really enjoying it.
Was there I guess maybe a year ago you were trying to get I guess you had your hands in too much. Is that kind of what
Well,
people do that all the time.
I had my hands. Well, I want to have my hands in everything creative, like for sure. When it comes to deciding on which venue or which city has to go to first on a tour, like the routing and which like all of the logistics and
my
stuff.
head just exploded when you started going there. Like I don't even.
So I think that's where I kind of realized like this is an area where you don't have to be as involved and trust the people that you work with to do that.
Yeah, so, I would rather not just shoot me.
And I'm a team player, so yeah.
Get it. And I want to talk more about, because I want to get a tattoo with you someday, but you just got, I'm kind of jealous because, you just got a brand new tat.
Yes.
It's on your right hand.
Right hand.
And it looks like you got it just, a week ago, but you said like a month ago, right?
It's a month ago, and it's a lynx. So since Lo means lynx in Swedish, I thought it was time that she got a space on my body. So there it is. Yeah.
So if you ever give some dude the backhand slap, it's the links to the face, basically.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Last time you came in, or one of the times, your Twitter was at I am Tove Lo.
Yes.
Clearly,
I made them trade me. No.
we had to muscle somebody
Asked
up
nicely. Yeah.
Is that all you
some
did?
Threats? Yeah. No.
Because some people you have to pay. They want a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Did you have
I think we just reached out and like, hey, would you mind taking the other one, or like just kind of traded them, I think.
And when they traded, did they get? I mean, because I guess your followers came with you,
yes,
obviously.
Yeah.
So
you just kind of not sure 100% how that works, but yeah, you just kind of like switch it over, and then the other person changes there. I don't know.
I'm sure Twitter probably they did it on the back end or whatnot.
Yeah,
I would assume.
I think they had something to do with it.
Well, nobody was killed, so that's good. I don't think.
Not that I know. I don't ask any questions.
None of our business. All right, let's go. Let's run through this, Tove. There's so many things going on. Here we go. Good Lord. Okay, somebody was killed getting her new Twitter. Great. This track, Cool Girl, we'll get to in a second. The album Ladywood.
Yes.
It's coming out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ladywood, I think I know what that title means, but I want to make sure. So what is Ladywood, all that?
Do you want me to say it?
I want you to say it.
Okay, yeah. Well, Ladywood means female hard-on.
Well, there it is.
And to me, Ladywood is that, but also what the whole album is about, which is about chasing rushes and kind of doing things that turn me on and scare me at the same time. Everything that makes your heart beat a little bit faster to make you feel alive, and sort of always chasing that. And the past 2 years have been a lot of that, both in just music and like becoming an artist and that whole crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then in relationships and love and just
so anything
being on tour, everything.
Anything extreme, like you've lived a life of extremes the last year and a half.
Well, they feel,
I guess,
at least
right?
compared to what it was before, yeah, I would say that it's a lot of extremes in the way that it's like the same emotions, but just in a new setting where it's like everything is just, it's very, very like fast tempo all the time. Like it's a new city, new people. And I always want to do things that kind of like when it comes to like writing the music and making all the videos. And I always want to push. I like doing things where I feel like I almost won't be able to do it, because it's either too emotional, it's just like physically too hard.
So if it doesn't frighten you at least a little bit, you probably won't do it. It's got to have some fear or some rush, whatever insert.
Yeah, at least when I'm creating, I feel that way. I never settle creatively. It's
all
like
right.
a very there's very rarely like a good enough. Then I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm happy with everything that I make. It's more like I can look at a performance and be like, that was the fucking worst, But I'll try and do better. Like I'll always, it's rarely there's a So it was okay. Then
But
either-
I've had people Coldplay, and I know you toured with Coldplay. When did you tour? No, you did
No,
the
I
track
did
with
it- I
Coldplay.
did- yeah,
we
did a
were
song with
talking
them.
behind the scenes. You would be a great, that'd be a great collab tour. You and Coldplay at some point.
that'd be
Wouldn't it be amazing?
awesome.
Anyway,
Chris, okay.
but Chris, I love. But you, it wasn't Chris, but one of the other guys, maybe it was Will, told me that after he records a track, a Coldplay song,
Mm-hmm.
he pretty much can't listen to it because he will forever nitpick it. I should have changed this. I should have adjusted that. Now, I know they did the. Well, I guess maybe after a while a remix. He can hear a remix of a particular track, but just the original version, he told me it just drives him crazy.
All the little
Yeah,
details,
the little things,
yeah.
and I guess at a certain point you got to let it go. But is that you sort of?
Yes, but I'm fast in the process. So I'm like, but my focus is, the melodies and the lyrics. So, and I'll, come up with the chords, maybe some beat stuff now and then. But I think it's more when it comes to production and the details, because I'll spend hours and hours and hours on like, should it be the, or should it be like one? Should it be and? Like I'll be like, because it all means so much many different things, So I spend a lot of time on that. Whereas melodies, sometimes to me, I'm that's more effortless. I let that just be what it is a little bit more. But production wise, I know like most of the producers that I work with, that's where also when I produce myself, that's what takes the longest because you keep changing and trying, and it's like that's where you start to like listen, like you get stuck with something for too long. I think like you analyze every little second, you're like, but wait, is this even good at all? It's like that. Have you seen that little like it was like creative process square where it says like creative process, like, oh, this is good. This is okay. This is awesome. So you go through all those stages before you're actually like, okay, I'm letting this baby go.
It's just maddening. All right, I don't know how you finish an album inside of 10 years, but that, oh my goodness. All right, so the album,
but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean that you kind of have to be a little crazy to, you have to be.
Yeah, I think we're all a little crazy.
All right, so Ladywood, it's coming out on Friday. You guys get on that, man. Of course, the tour, Ladywood tour.
Get on that, Ladywood.
Wait. Bad choice of words.
Great choice of words.
Get that Ladywood. Get it. The Ladywood tour, the LA date, Feb 10th at the Novo.
Yes.
Tickets go on sale Friday, 10 a.m. That's for the entire tour, as well as the Novo. So jump on that Ladywood, man. Get to it. The Ladywood tour, all that. Wait, let's do this track, Cool Girl. What do people need to know about Cool? Well, let's play it now, but set me up on it. What do people need to know?
Set you up. Okay.
Some
Cool
sort
Girl.
of a rush, right? There was everything in this album is a rush.
Everything is everything. Well, the album the overall theme of the album, but Cool Girl, I mean, it has a lot of layers. I'm singing out of a very sarcastic place where I'm basically shining light on the sort of power games that we play in relationships, where you, for some reason, is the person that shows the least amount of emotion has the upper hand. So it's like almost like the colder you are, the more you're in control of the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like in the beginning when you start dating
100%.
someone, and it's like we're both trying to play this game of like, well, I like you, but I'm gonna show it as that I'm not that into you, and then hopefully you're gonna like me more. It's like a very strange way to treat someone that you're into.
Everybody knows what you're talking about, but it's the dumbest thing on the planet.
Yes,
but
it
we all
is.
do it.
We all do it.
It's just,
and so I think also that's, another part of it is, why we feel the need to define things. And as soon as we define things, it comes with a lot of rules. And I'm not talking like, oh, you can't sleep with other people. It's more like, well, you're supposed to call these amount of times a day, or you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to open a door for me, you're supposed to say this. All these rules between men and women and women and women and men that just come into play as soon as you choose to call it something. And I think that's only because of all the insecurities you build up when you're like playing hard to get. So if you just like would trust the emotional connection that you have, if you're both honest, you could just be. You wouldn't need to
just like
define it.
Be cool.
See?
In other words.
Yeah. Just really be cool. Be real and be cool.
Now, was this some of your tracks? Yeah. Don't
like
be
I
an
said,
idiot.
a lot of layers. Yeah.
Hot. Now I'm like, do I text before or after? I've been married for 20 years. I don't even know what to do anymore. All right. So is some of your tracks have been about specific people? Not going to ask if well, don't name names, but is this was about a specific incident or multiple incidents or just kind of a generic?
I think it was just in that situation when I wrote that song. I guess it was because I could feel someone sort of doing that to me, and I was like, I can tell what you're doing here. So what's the point? Like, and it's like, I am very open about what I want. Like, and why is, but fine, okay, let's play this game. Sure, I'm in. And I remember just having that sort of in my mind while writing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, like, and is the game still the game if the other person knows exactly what you're doing, but you're like, all right, I'll wait the 2 days before you text me.
Maybe not, but you still play it. I mean,
true. So confusing. All right, guys, it's JoJo on the radio in the studio with Tove Lo. Follow this girl, Twitter, Instagram at Tove Lo. What's your snap, Tove Lo?
Tove X Lo.
Tove X Lo?
Yes, Tove X Lo.
You can't get Tove Lo on Snap. You can't work out some sort of.
Well, I had that before. I only made it like my official Snapchat like a few months ago. I had it as like my personal before that.
Do you have a couple hidden Snapchats and tweets?
That was just because I was in a long distance relationship. It was very good for that. but cheeky. No, but and then I just, it was basically people like, you need to make, like, you should have like fun for all your fans too, so they can see what you're doing all the time. And I was like, okay, I'll be on all the channels. I'll be everywhere. Sure.
You're going to have no time for life. You've been tweeting. Like, that's what we do at the state. We're always like tweeting. Everything is just, I'm
the worst though. I don't like, I'm like, okay, I can post a photo to Instagram. Here we go. I like photos. That's fun. Right. But the randomness of like, I'm really bad at it. I hope my fans are still like, feel like I'm still connected to them. Cause I read and I'm just so slow at typing.
Now, so you do Instagram pics? Do you do the Instagram story, which is sort of like Snapchat? Have you done that yet?
I have done that a bit. I just there's so many different ones right now.
Facebook, Snap, of course.
I don't have Facebook actually. I mean, I have my Facebook. I have my artist page where I go in, but I don't have a personal Facebook anymore.
It's just too much. But yeah, okay.
It's too many things, guys. Come on, we got to be present in the moment.
Just punch me in the face. All right. Hey, by the way, before I wrap up the whole Ladywood thing, Ladywood, in the future, there's a Ladywood Volume 2. Is that? So
yes.
Is it already recorded?
I'm not supposed to talk about, but I do that anyway. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, it's the final 2 chapters of the Ladywood era. Let's call it that. I'm not sure when it's going to be finished, but I know what's going to be on it. Say that.
Really? So everything is. Let me guess. Real quick guess. I don't want to dwell on part 2 very much, but you wrote sort of a concept feeling. Everything's kind of a rush, extreme, and you just had too much. So you just, as opposed to one double CD, whatever. Chop it in 2. It's simple like that, right?
Well, I wanted it to feel, and also I feel like there's a different energy to the different albums, and I want to keep it. I want it to feel like it's one body of work, and like squeezing together 20 songs for me doesn't feel like that, and I feel like I want it to be one whole album. Like, I want my intros and outros. I want it to be like an emotional journey with me, and that you want to listen to the whole thing and actually be able to take it in. And to me, 10 songs just does that, and I think 20 is too much.
Just too much. All right, Ladywood Volume 2. That'll be down the road. Don't worry about that now. Volume 1 is out Friday. Another quick note: you have a.
We call it Phase 1. Ladywood Phase 1.
Phase 1. Got it. All right. Yeah. There's an LA screening. Not to toss so many things at you guys, but there's an LA screening of Fairy Dust, which is off of Ladywood, right?
Yes. Chapter 1 on Ladywood is Fairy Dust, and it's a short film about what we were just talking about, chasing rushes and the amazing highs, but also the sort of dark lows that comes with that, because I think it's hard to get one without the other. So if you're a person who kind of enjoys the occasional escape, instead of sort of dealing with stuff, which I'm good at, it's a movie about that, and it's and also, it's because it's kind of like you feel very free in those moments when you're just like, I'm just, F everything. I'm just going to go, like, maybe be an idiot for a little while, but it's very freeing. And it's like you let go of a lot of pressures, and it kind of, at least for me, it makes me feel more like a real person. And I think
this film explains.
This film shows that. So there's this amazing actress named Lena Esco she started Free the Nipple as well, which I think is awesome. She plays the role of sort of my self-destructive alter ego, and it's my kind of love and hate relationship with her through this whole film. And it's about the first, it's the first 5 songs of the record, really, like the first chapter.
Okay.
And different emotions through that.
Halloween, of course, coming up on Monday.
Yes.
Just for the record, I'm a paranormal junkie 24/7, 365. I love the ghost world. So Halloween is like it's like the biggest thing ever. What are your plans for Halloween? Are you dressing up? Are you, what are you doing?
In Sweden, it's not even close to as big of a deal as it is here. I never celebrated it growing up. I think we started we started doing it like in our teen years, like just watching like a scary movie at home and like kind of
no trick-or-treating, no nothing.
No trick-or-treating. Well, it's starting now. I think now it's like your culture has like come over to Sweden. So the Halloween culture definitely is growing bigger and bigger, but it's not even close to here.
It's nuts here, man.
It's nuts. But I remember when I was like 11, I was in the States. My parents used to live in Santa Barbara for a few years. My brother was born there and stuff. So we went back there to visit some of their old friends. And we were like, I was 11 and we went trick-or-treating with all the kids. And I was like, this is heaven. You just get candy and you look scary and it's fun. Yeah. I thought it was great. But my plans are, I'm going to be here and it's my birthday on the 29th. So, and obviously release 28th. So there's a lot going on during the weekend. My plan is to have a party that I'm going to go to and I really want to be a unicorn.
I heard that. I don't know if that was true or not. But
it is true. I would love to be a unicorn, but I do need my makeup artist, Colby, to be here. He's supposed to fly back to New York, but I'm going to probably just chain him to my bed. I was going to say about, don't mean it like that.
Yes. He's going to fly.
So he has to make me into a unicorn because he's so good at that. But I like just doing makeup and like prosthetics, everything. So
he's going to fly from New York to LA just to make you a unicorn.
No, he's here now.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. He's here now for this whole week. So I was just like, stay an extra day.
Not that making you a unicorn is not important, but you think that
very
it's like,
important. And also he's the best partier, so I want him here with me.
Final question: have you ever seen, in honor of Halloween? Once again, I would ask this any time of the year. Have you ever had a real ghost encounter? That's what Halloween's kind of all about. I bet you have.
I know. What's the real? I mean, I was just in Mexico, and there it's a big deal, but for like it's more like a spiritual holiday.
Right.
They're more
Day of the Dead and all that.
Yes. Which is I remember, I think I've had one ghost encounter. Is that what you say? Ghost experience. Yeah.
Let me have it, and then you can't leave until you tell me this ghost encounter.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tove.
So, I was probably how old was I? 16, and I was staying over at my new boyfriend's house, and we were like, he had a big party or something. We were in his basement, and I think we were sleeping like 4 people on like a bed, like a couch they made into a bed or something. And then one of his friends said, like, oh, like watch out for just be prepared. Like you might see the old man ghost here tonight. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? It's like, well, the guy that, the neighbor that lived like just next door, he like hung himself or shot himself like years ago. And sometimes you'll hear him crying in here. And I was like, oh, stop. That's so scary. And I remember like, I was like, oh, I could have dreamt this, but it was so real to me. Like I woke up from the bed just moving and like I was like, what? I was like, is somebody doing something nasty in this bed? Like that's weird. And I like just hear sobbing and I'm like, no. Is this real? Like, am I dreaming? No, I'm fully awake. I know I'm awake. And I like look over, like I remember I was here and my boyfriend was next to me and then there was like 2 other people lying like that. And then I look over like and on the far like other bed corner, losing my English words here. The other bed corner, end of the bed corner, someone was sitting like just like a silhouette, like hands like down,
like they had their hands in their face,
hands in their face, and just like sobbing, like shoulders shrugging, and they were all like everyone was lying in the couch. So there was just
everyone's asleep. You look to the other side of the bed. You see this person sobbing, a silhouette. Nobody else saw this but you.
No, I'm the only one awake. So I'm like, and I'm just like. I remember and I was like feeling the bed shake and I was like, okay, but everyone who is supposed to be asleep is asleep and in this bed. And someone is just sitting there. What do I do? And I just went, lay back down and just like waited for it to stop. I was so terrified. And I don't know, but I'm so sure it wasn't a real person. And I'm so sure I wasn't dreaming, but I also don't know.
That is pretty crazy, man. And
But it didn't do anything.
And for a fact, nobody else was in the house.
Yeah, no,
and
yes.
that you didn't recognize the person clearly.
I know it wasn't a person.
What the heck?
I
dude?
know it wasn't a person.
You saw it go.
But they were all like, yeah. I mean, they were like, yeah, I've heard him like 3 times. I was like, why is no one freaked out by this? Yeah. But they were all like chill about it. I don't know. And they would have told me if they were fucking with me. I don't know. Maybe they weren't.
Tove, you're a badass. I love it. I love you even more now. Good Lord. All right, you guys, get this album. Ladywood out Friday, or you're a bad person. She saw a ghost, for God's sake. Not to mention,
Please, come on.
the new video, Fairy Dust, coming out on Monday, which explains a lot of the album. Just got everything Tove Lo. Get to it. We'll see you on.
Get in my zone.
Get in her zone. Yeah, Tove, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, fist bump for good luck.
Yes.
Bam.